Hello everybody. Today we'll be covering company type and when to use that filter. So whenever you're within Sales Navigator, a few different search filters we've already covered. Today what I'll be covering is company type, and I actually have a search group that I recently built out for a client, so this is probably a good starting point for us. But I've already honed in on kind of the geography, industries, seniority levels, titles that I want to go after. I've kind of coupled some of those functions, seniority levels with titles just to make sure I'm getting the right types of individuals, and we're excluding false positives, which we know tend to happen very often. But you'll notice that right now what I have here is 5,000 total results. Now, using company type is really going to help us clean up those results because it's going to be based off of how a company actually has their how a prospect has their company listed. Excuse me. Some companies, if it's like small, or if it's like a company that was actually just created by LinkedIn, so LinkedIn says like, hey, you have this in this business, they just kind of create a page for you, you can take ownership of it, but it doesn't have a designation for what type of company it is. So companies that have a company type means that someone actually went in there and updated it, so it's a good way to make sure that you're getting in front of people that are at least somewhat active or have taken the initiative to go and update that. But for this actual search group that I created, there's a few different industries we're going after. So government administration, higher ed, nonprofit, and primary, secondary education. So while I could leave it at this because this is pretty tight as it is, I might get some false positives. You'll notice hospital and healthcare, some other industries that are populating here. And if you've seen some of the other videos that I've done, adding in these industries and adding them as exclusions does absolutely nothing to this total number here. So excluding anything in industry does nothing for you. So for me to kind of clean this list up a little bit, what I want to do is pop down here to company type, and I have a few different options. So public company, anything that's publicly traded, privately held, pretty self-explanatory. Nonprofit, same thing. Educational institution, partnership. So partnership would be how they designate it. So if there's multiple owners, self-employed, meaning it's just them, they own it. Self-owned would kind of be similar to privately held, except it's just one person that owns it. And then government agency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the three that I know are the right fit here. So we have nonprofit, we have educational institution, and then we have government agency, and that's going to bring this down significantly. Should be at least 1,000. Yep. So 3,500 results from 5,000, and you'll notice from looking at the list here of actual results, if I were to add all of these results up, it does not equal 5,000 total results, and the reason is these 3,500 plus these here, that's going to get me close to maybe 4,000. That means there's 1,000 other companies or results in this list of individuals that have not given a designation to what company type their company is. So it doesn't mean that those people are a bad fit or couldn't be a potential target for us. We could use keywords or other ways to try to focus in on those results. But since I have a pretty healthy list of targets, I can be a little bit picky about who it is I want to go after. So that's exactly what I've done. I've taken this 5,000 list, I've chopped it down to 3,500, and then depending on what my client wants, I might come in here and chop it down a little bit further based on the company headcount. But for now, this is a good starting point for us. I hope this video was helpful. If any questions you have or examples that maybe a search group you'd like me to build out for you, just kind of make a loom talking about it, feel free to drop those in the comments below. Thanks.